Up close and personal today, guys. We're in the kitchen. I was getting ready to make some golden milk. For those of you who don't know what golden milk is, it is a Ayurvedic drink that you make out of a paste of turmeric and some spices and stuff, and you kind of cook it all together, and you wind up with golden milk, which is super awesome. And it's really good for inflammation. And the reason why I'm making this is because I actually have fibromyalgia, which causes a lot of body pain. And most of that, I think, personally, I don't know for sure, comes from inflammation. So right now I'm just kind of getting my ginger ready. You have to have, I put a little extra ginger in mine because I love the flavor. What I'm doing here is I'm taking a spoon and I'm just scraping it along the ginger root, and that is taking off all the skin for me so that I don't have to sit here with a knife or a actual vegetable peeler, and it comes off pretty quickly. Like, I was actually doing this off camera for a second, but then I thought about it and I was like, maybe somebody else likes ginger but hates to peel it and doesn't know the spoon trick. So that's why I decided to make you guys watch me peel ginger. If you watched our last video, you know that we're getting new additions to our homestead here. I still have not disclosed what they are. I am super stoked though. I'm thinking about maybe giving you guys like a hint, a video. I'm pretty sure with some of the hints I gave last time that some people will be able to guess it pretty easily. But just in case, the hint I'm going to give you this video is that, oh gosh, I don't know. I want to give you one, but I think it's going to be way too easy. It is a relatively small animal. Think like medium small dog size. So hopefully that will help you guys guess a little bit easier. I didn't want to give you the easiest hint that I'm thinking of just because I want to make it a little bit trickier, not horribly tricky. So to start on my golden milk, I am going to put about a cup and a half of water in here. I actually have my recipe printed out for this because this is one of those things I don't have to make as much, because this actually will last me probably a couple of months to make a batch this size. Now I am doubling up my recipe. I'll leave the recipe in the description below. But the first thing I'm going to do is add that water in, and I'm going to bring it to a boil, which now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should have had that started. But since I'm doubling the recipe, I'm going to go with a cup of my turmeric powder. And this jar, okay, so I bought my bulk spices, and I bought these little plastic containers to keep them in. Good idea, right? Except for the fact that somebody left it next to my stove, and it didn't like the heat. So I'm going to add my turmeric in here, and I'm going to do 1 cup. Now, like I said, with this recipe, I'm doubling it up because I like to use it in a lot of different ways. One of my favorite ways to use the turmeric paste is actually in coffee. I love my coffee, but it's not the greatest thing for you. And so sometimes it causes me issues. So when I make up my coffee, I will take like a spoonful of this, throw it in my coffee, and it gives it a nice kind of like chai tea flavor. Now I'm going to microplane my ginger in here. I also will add some of the turmeric paste to rice sometimes, just to have a nice little treat. The turmeric paste has kind of like a chai flavor to it, so it's anything that's going to pair well with that. You can go ahead and use this in. You can use it in a curry. I know a lot of people will put it in a curry. I like to, like I said, add it to my coffee or make golden milk, which you would just, with the golden milk, you would just warm up some milk and then add a spoonful of this to your golden milk, and it makes a nice, like, warm tea. I actually like it more than I like hot chocolate. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. It's not chocolatey by any stretch of the imagination, but it has that warmth to it and that kind of like wintry holiday flavor, I guess, is what I'm getting at. So I really like to put this in a glass of warm milk. Like, I like to do that at night more. I feel like it's a very comforting drink. So that's definitely something that you can do with it. Now, one of the ingredients I'm going to put in here as soon as I'm done grating my ginger, which is taking forever, is black pepper. And that's going to seem kind of weird, but the active ingredient in turmeric that helps with inflammation is curcumin. I think I'm saying that right. I'm probably not, though. Adding black pepper to this increases the bioavailability of the curcumin. So it actually makes it easier for your body to absorb that and to get the health benefits from it. You don't need to use this just because you have health issues, though. Like I said, it makes a wonderful drink. It's a great addition to your coffee. Give it a little extra flavor. I will say that, like, if you add it to your coffee or if you drink it in a milk, it will settle. So having a spoon with you to kind of keep that going. Oh, so we're starting to get to a little boil here. I'm going to give it a stir. And this is actually too thick. So I'm going to add another cup of water in here. I don't think I doubled my water. I think, yep, that's exactly what I did. I didn't double my water. I doubled my turmeric, but not my water. So make sure when you're doubling a recipe, folks, to double everything and not just part of it like I do. So this stuff does not look very appetizing. I'm actually going to get my whisk out. It kind of looks like what you might find in a diaper. It's not appetizing looking at all, but it's really good for you. It tastes delicious. I'm really the only one in my family who uses this on a regular basis, but my kids have had it and they like it. So it's definitely like a family-friendly drink. Oh, goodness gracious, really? Sorry, guys. So I got a new phone case, and my old phone case was, I could hook it up to my tripod and it would work perfectly. Unfortunately, it broke, so I bought a new one. So I'm kind of got my phone rigged up right now with hair ties attached to my tripod. I have to get a phone holder for it. So let me show you real quick here what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can turn this a little bit. It's not pretty. It's kind of poopy. But whatever. So normally, like, this recipe I'm following calls for black pepper, nutmeg, cinnamon. I like to put pumpkin pie spice in here. This also has allspice and a little extra ginger in here. And like I said, I really like a pretty strong ginger flavor. So I'm just going to add a tablespoon of this. Cinnamon is also really good for you. I know that it has like antifungal and put a tablespoon and a half, I think, in here, because yeah, it calls for a tablespoon of cinnamon. I'm actually going to just put 2 tablespoons in here because I did double my recipe. So that gives it a really nice flavor. I don't typically like pumpkin spice flavored things. So if you're on that camp and you're going, oh, she's putting pumpkin spice in it, trust me, it's not as bad as it sounds. I know that it kind of sounds pretty gross, but it's really not bad at all. And then I'm going to put my black pepper in here, and you need about 2 teaspoons. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it because I'm using fresh cracked pepper from my grinder, and I've been cooking for a long time. Like, I started cooking when I was a kid, so I have a pretty good idea of what a teaspoon looks like nowadays. And like I said, I know this might seem like a really weird addition, but it actually is really good to help your body absorb that curcumin from the turmeric. So it's starting to look a little bit, well, like a paste. It's not as liquidy as it was. That's kind of what I'm looking for here. I also need to add some coconut oil. And of course, it's not where it belongs because, you know, your family and your children never put things back where they go. But we're only going to put about 3 teaspoons of this in here. I'm actually just going to use a butter knife. So, kind of carve it out because it's solidified. And then what this does is the fat in the oil actually helps absorb the nutrients as well. So this also might seem a little weird. Why are you adding, if you're going to put this in milk, why are you adding fat? If I was just going to use it in milk and I wasn't going to put it in coffee or anything else, I might not need to add the coconut oil. But since I am going to be doing that, I'm going to be putting it in coffee and maybe in rice. I want that fat that's going to help me absorb the beneficial nutrients in the turmeric. So after I put that oil in there, it's almost all melted. You can kind of see that this is getting really thick now. It's like a paste. It's clumpy and lumpy. Once I got my water up to boil, I wanted to mention I actually turned it down to pretty much like a low heat. You don't want to overcook this. It can burn really easily. You notice I'm stirring almost continuously too. So just keep it moving in there. You just kind of want to warm it up till everything's incorporated. Once everything is incorporated, which it is, I'm actually going to let this cool and turn it off, take it off the heat, and I'm going to let it cool. And then what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to take it and put it in some mason jars in my refrigerator. If you're not going to be using this within the next, few days or so, you can also put some in the freezer, which I'm going to probably put 1 jar in my fridge and 1 in my freezer so I have it on hand. And that, my friends, is how you make a mess and golden milk. I will be back with more videos about how to make that at home, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye.